Hey y'all, I wanted to talk about guitar jacks and plugs, different brands and different shapes. This is about the worst brand. I bought a bag of 50 of these and I can't find any because I think I threw them all away. But it's kind of silvery, chrome plated. It's got a cover and it goes on here, little screws. And you got the tab that comes in here to solder onto. And the barrel actually spins, so it doesn't really connect out here on the outside. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's just not a solid connection because that spins. So I wouldn't recommend using that. These are not really any order here. You've probably seen these classic ones. These always work good because they're just solid, just old school solid metal. The mono and the stereo ones work good. It's just they sometimes take up space. And if you see my other video, the Cokyis mixer, I use one of these stereo jacks to replace the output jack. And by form factor, this fit in there really good. It's got that little corner cut out. So these are pretty close to the original classic. It's got like a metal tab, so it's not like a sleeve kind of thing. But these usually work good. They're in most guitar pedals these days. We've got the Switchcraft, and it's got the name brand on it. And these, in my opinion, are the best. Like this, the barrel doesn't spin. You got a real solid connection in here. Like this tab piece is really solid. And these arms, I've used some of these like 10 or 15, maybe 20 times, and they haven't broken off. Just soldering onto different cables. So yeah, I'd highly recommend these. I think they're about $16 a piece, but you can get it on Amazon like a bag of what was it, 8, I think, for $45, something like that. So you get kind of a big price cut when you buy them in bulk, but that's that. This gets into no-name category. They still work. It's not Switchcraft, but those were okay. The solder piece on it here, they get a little suspect, and sometimes it doesn't connect in there. But no, I guess more often than not they work. I couldn't find this brand online, but it's really good. It's like Switchcraft, but it doesn't say Switchcraft on it. It's mono. I think they make a stereo with 2 tabs. The solder piece on here is really solid, and I haven't had any problems at all with this thing. And when it snaps in like that, it's really solid. I've got this going to a Y splitter, so another no-name brand, but that's a stereo split out. Haven't had any problem with this. It's got a, it's kind of a typical setup like that. These are a little squashy, a little flimsy. You had to glue it in there, but it works. There's this brand that I got at Amazon. Bought a bulk bag of these. It has kind of a hex shape on it, and it looks like Switchcraft, but it's not. The solder piece here is a little more flimsy than Switchcraft. I found that these work about 50% of the time. The barrel doesn't spin, but I recently found that I'm finding these as the weak point. Like sometimes it'll give me full signal, and then sometimes it'll cut down to like half the signal, and I wonder what happened, and then it'll click back on, and I narrowed it down to this piece, so I just clipped it off and threw it away and soldered on a Switchcraft right angle. So I'm eventually going to just get rid of all these. I filed on the edges because this thing is super sharp when it's new. But too bad for this company. It's just my opinion, but they cost a lot less than Switchcraft, but you can't go wrong with the Switchcraft. There's this thing that got high recommendations on YouTube. It's an adapter for mono or stereo plugs. This mono, it's real weak right there. I mean, you could almost just let it fall out. They say that it's a real solid connection on YouTube. Like one side connects, but I found after about 5 uses, it just became just floppy, like completely useless. So I'd actually thrown this away, and I went and grabbed it out of the trash just for this video. There's these stereo jacks I think you can get on Amazon. I found these to be really good. It's kind of like a Switchcraft. You can just unscrew this, the cap comes off, and you do your business in there, soldering. The end cable holder here is really solid, so I haven't had any problems with these. They don't spin. This is your traditional Switchcraft connector plug. It's always worked really good. I've had maybe 1 or 2 fail out of 40 or 50 or more, but when you unscrew in here, this piece is really solid. The tangs here, you can undo them to put other cables in here. I've done this probably at least 10 times on this one, but they work maybe, I just never have them broken off like 15 or 20 times. The rivet's real solid in there. This doesn't spin. So I highly recommend the Switchcraft like that. There's this coupler for the 1/4-inch cables. It looks like this plastic one, but it's mono only, but it's a Switchcraft, and it's always been solid. I mean, I've had this thing maybe 10 years and never had it fail. It spins around a bit, but I haven't had it get loose or scratchy or anything. So it's real solid on both sides, you know. So I'd recommend these little guys. There's these kind of jacks you can get on Amazon that are mono, and this thing's really weak. I had to glue it in here so the cable doesn't move around, and I didn't even bend these, but you can bend those by hand, even with the thumbnail. So you can't do that with Switchcraft. I mean, those things you have to get pliers on. So they work okay. I haven't really had them fail. Again, it's got the smooth sleeve thing on the inside that doesn't feel as strong as this type, but it works. I got this Rean brand, and it looks like Switchcraft. It costs less. I haven't used it, but this thing seems really weak compared to Switchcraft, but I'm guessing the inside is pretty solid. Like when you plug it in here, it's got a solid plug. So I think this might be a winner on the inside. This may not matter so much. These seem pretty strong metal. I might have to glue it in if a cable might be coming out, but I think that's probably a good alternative there. So that's it in the hodgepodge of stuff, but that's just what I've experienced.